This is the Top Gear Toyota Hilux pickup truck, also known as the Toyota pickup or the truck. Today, we're going to deep dive into the lore on how this truck became so indestructible and no one else could murder it, even though if they did try. Starting off with its history, we all know the Toyota Hilux, right? Well, it started out in the mid 1960s as a regular cab truck. However, since the 1980s, it was just named as the pickup, the truck, Tundra, or Tacoma in the US. But in other nations, they call it the Toyota Hilux. So, what exactly is the Toyota Hilux? Well, it is a light, heavy pickup truck used by other nations, except in the US, they just rather call it Tundra or Tacoma. Let me explain what I mean. The Toyota Hilux and Toyota Tacoma and the Toyota Tundra were based on one singular truck. Yes, this 1980s truck was called something different, two different things, Tundra and Tacoma for the US and Canadian nations, while in other countries it was just called Toyota Hilux. Simple as that. So, by the time US and other nations got three separated trucks based on the same body and same styling, the only difference is what they did with it is, well, basically marketing. Toyota sold many different vehicles in the US as Lexus brands, not Toyota itself. Toyota, on the other hand, has been locally been seen and mentioned by many other different countries except for the US, which is just dubbed as Lexus. So what exactly is the Toyota pickup? The Toyota pickup is a light duty pickup truck used for farming and regular day driving. The Toyota Hilux pickup truck came with a 2.5 or 2.8 liter four-cylinder diesel power plant that produces about 130 or 140 horsepower. It wasn't much a big V8, a V12, or a V16 engine or whatever. It was just a regular four-cylinder diesel powered beast that wasn't really a beast. It was a bit slow and a bit sluggish. Well, Top Gear, they decided to do something different. They took a 1987 Toyota Hilux pickup from a farm and they decided to do one thing alone: destroy the pickup. But what they did was something nobody could even imagine. First, they drive it straight through a shed, then they sideswiped it against a brick wall, they drowned it in salty seawater, set it on fire, and the next thing they did was drop a literal caravan. Yes, literally a caravan. They then slammed it into a tree, drove it down the stairs, and the next thing they did was the most lethal thing that they could ever do: blow it up with it being tied onto the rooftop of a building. Yes, I'm serious. They tied it down onto the rooftop of a skyscraper and let the building explode with the vehicle right on top of it. And then the next, it cranked over and over again. But how is that possible to explain? Was it magic or superpower? Well, the only superpower Toyota has is reliability. If you guys don't know what reliability that was, you basically forgot the whole point of Toyota. Toyota was the only marketing number one brand that everyone picked, not everything else. So why pick Toyota? Well, Toyota is pretty much a brand people can trust, that is eco-friendly and basically helpful for the environment. When Toyota first released the Hilux in mid 1960s, it was just a regular two-door pickup. However, in the 90s and 2000s, they later exchanged it with the extended body between 1989 and 1990. However, since 1999 and today's generation, the Toyota Hilux has been renowned as a four-door truck, likely now as a passenger vehicle rather than just a regular work truck back in its days. The Toyota Hilux is indestructible. You can't destroy it. But the one thing you can actually do is that no one has ever explained on how this truck could not keep dying. It doesn't ever die, really. This truck is so strong that it could basically beat any other marketing brand. And that's why the Toyota Hilux could not be destroyed. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys comment down below. What is your favorite opinions about how to destroy a Hilux? Comment down below what is your suggestion on how this truck could possibly not survive something that they never tried. Thank you for watching.